What's going on, melon farmers? D-Mac here with another video of the Quebec City Stallions franchise mode. In the last couple of episodes, you saw we were on an absurd winning streak. We are now on a 33-game winning streak. Thomas Chabot just missed 2 games with the flu, but we are now just past the halfway point of the season, 42 games in. And I would like to show you guys a couple of things about this team. There's a little bit of news going on with this team. Patrick McDonald, I mean, he's got 69 points in 42 games. He's a 19-year-old who has 170 career points, including 108 goals as a teenager. And if he keeps playing the way that he has played in the first half of the season, I see no reason why Patrick McDonald can't be the first teenager ever, and probably the only for the rest of time, that is going to get 150 goals as a teenager. His birthday is in the summer, so he doesn't turn 20 until after the season and the Stanley Cup is won. Ryan Chisholm, though, has really quickly been moving his way back up to the top of the point leaders on this team. He is on pace for over 130 points this year. Well over 100, more like 135 points this year. And I mean, his career has just been incredibly elite since to the point where it's like he shouldn't be elite. He should be a franchise player, but he did just turn 29 years old. Right below that, 1 point back, is the kid, 23-year-old Thatcher Lewis, who now has 321 career points. If he continues the way he has been again to start the season, it's highly likely he could hit 200 career assists this year, but that means he has to have 80 assists this year. But the way he's played, it is completely attainable. He leads the NHL in plus minus. Right behind him, finally getting over that hump, becoming an offensive dynamo again, is Darren McDonald, who now has 50 points in 42 games. He was about a point per game player 10 games ago. You know, I think he was 1 point above a point per game 10 games ago, and he has had like 17 points in his last 10 games. He has absolutely been just one of the most dominating players. So now we're gonna get into some news here. Like I said, Thomas Chabot missed 2 games with the flu. He is also having a career year. Finally coming back from the dead here is Matt SIEMENS, who has really picked it up, has really started to play really solid hockey. He just got his 350th career point. But as we move down the list a little bit, we find Josh PHILLIPS, who is injured. He has now missed 6 games with this injury, meaning Marc Boisvenu has found himself a pretty semi-permanent job in the National Hockey League again. He has 5 points in 19 games. He is a plus player. He has a fight and 4 penalties in those 19 games. But Josh PHILLIPS will miss pretty much the remainder of the regular season with post-concussion syndrome. The 23-year-old fourth-line forward, who has been playing on the third line this year, finally just got injured for the first time in his career, and it's a big one. He is going to miss over 40 games with this injury. So that is a devastating blow to the Quebec City Stallions penalty kill. But on top of that, when it comes to news about the Quebec City Stallions, as it turns out, we had this amazing locker room chemistry, this amazing morale. Everyone liked everyone. And then I noticed that our chemistry had dropped, even though we were still winning games. Ryan Chisholm and UC Tarkey do not like each other. Something happened in that locker room that caused these 2 players to really not like each other. And the problem with this is you've got UC Tarkey, who is coming up in the National Hockey League as a really dominating rookie. He has over 20 points on the blue line. Really, really impressive advanced stats. He's 80 overall at 18. He has elite potential. He is most likely going to become the future defensive partner for Darren McDonald a couple of years from now, when the team will most likely have to move on from Thomas Chabot, who is going to be pushing 30 at that point. The problem that we have is if this begins to affect the way the team plays, like dramatically affects the way the team plays, the way that some of these guys are able to produce points, do you trade away the best player in the NHL currently who is pushing 30? Or do you move on from a future prospect? Ryan Chisholm's best player in the NHL likely will be for another 4 or 5 years. UC Tarky, the Quebec City Stallions can probably get a decade and a half worth of really solid years out of this kid. But who would be able to step up and fill his shoes? Because this season, Matt Siemens kind of hasn't been the one doing that. But Matt Siemens is definitely a presence on this team. It is an interesting thought that we have. And moving forward, it is something we're going to have to think about even as soon as this year. If it becomes a problem, if it becomes a serious problem where they are affecting each other's play, they're affecting our team's ability to win games in the future, one of them may have to move. And it would most likely have to come down to Ryan Chisholm moving strictly because of his age. It's just such a slap in the face that your all-time franchise leader in every major category would be the one that would have to leave. And that just sucks right now, having to trade away literally the best player in the NHL right now, offensively, because he can't get along with your superstar kid, your future superstar rookie. Anyway, that's just a little quick update on the Quebec City Stallions. There will be more videos coming every single day, including another one later on today, where we are actually going to just have a condensed game where we go up against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So, like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's new videos coming every single freaking day. And until next time, you beautiful melon farmers, have a good one.